Jessii Vee, and in today's video we're going to be talking about some very strange, mysterious, creepy phenomenons in this world. And the very first one involves a very tragic love story, which is crazy, because I would never think a natural phenomenon and a love story would go together, but we're going to talk about it today. And if you guys did not see from my last video, I have a new piece of merch. It is a blue winter V Team sweater. So it has V Team on the front with snowflakes, and it has snowflakes all down the arm as well. And these snowflakes here in between the white ones are all metallic silver. The material on the inside is so soft, so I've linked it down below. And to match that sweater, we also came out with some new snowflake rings. I'll show you this up close. I absolutely love this. So it has a large snowflake and a smaller snowflake, and these are all available on the website right now as well. I've linked it down below. And yeah, those are our newest winter merch items, so check it out if you want. All right, so let's get into the very first phenomenon. This is called the Corryvreckan whirlpool. A fierce whirlpool churns the waters between the Scottish islands of Jura and Scarba. This is said to be the world's third largest whirlpool. And I don't know about you guys, but whirlpools absolutely terrify me. When I was a kid sitting in the bath, whenever I'd go to empty the water, I would be terrified of that thing that would like spin around. I would call for my mom and she would come in and be like,
"What do you think it's gonna do to you? Swallow you up? It's tiny."
But like, these exist in real life as massive things in the water. It's terrifying. But this whirlpool in Scotland actually has a lot of backstory to it and a ton of legends surrounding it. And one of those legends is a love story. The first legend says that this whirlpool was actually named after a Norwegian prince, and he ended up dying while trying to prove his love to a Scottish princess. He was basically head over heels in love with her, really wanted to marry her, so he went to be with her, but her father was like,
"Nope. There's one task you have to do before you marry my daughter."
The father gave him the risky task of keeping his boat in the whirlpool for 3 nights straight. The king said that if he was able to do that without perishing, he would have the go-ahead to get married to her. And as you can imagine, things didn't go very well for this prince. He went out on the water in his boat. He started going in circles around the whirlpool, and it didn't take very long for his boat to be gobbled up by the water. He did not make it out alive, and he was not able to marry the one he loved, and obviously the princess was heartbroken, and it's just a really tragic love story. Imagine going to the father of the person you love, trying to get his approval for their hand in marriage, and the father's like,
"Well, I want you to put your life in danger first."
Anyways though, here's the second legend of this whirlpool. Another legend tells of a nasty Irish pirate who was sailing through the area when this local sea witch spotted him, and she was able to look inside his heart to see that he was evil. So she conjured the whirlpool to protect Scotland from this pirate and sent him to his doom. And basically the whirlpool has been there ever since. What's kind of eerie is that sometimes in particularly stormy weather, the loud noise this whirlpool makes can be heard from 20 miles away, which is insane. All right, the next phenomenon is called the troll forest. The twisted trees of Troll's Cogan or Troll Forest are up to 200 years old and look as though they are bewitched by something. The crooked lichen-covered pines were misshapen by decades of strong winds off of the Baltic Sea. And this forest is also said to have remains of old structures from the 15th century. And there's also ruins of a shipwreck near the Troll Forest from 1926 that can also be seen along that shoreline. I feel like this would be like my dream place to go on a hike. I feel like I'd be walking through like a Tim Burton movie or something. Something about crooked trees. I love them. Show me something weird, I love it. All right, this next phenomenon is so gross. It's called the giant pink slugs of Mount Caputer. I hope I'm saying that right, Caputar? Caputer? Measuring only 10 by 10 kilometers. This forest is teeming with life found nowhere else in the world. And by far the most colorful of members of this ecosystem is the giant pink slug, which can reach a whopping 7.8 inches in length. These slugs spend most of their time buried beneath the leaf mold on which they feed. And people who have seen these slugs in real life say that pictures don't even do them justice. Apparently they are as bright pink as you can possibly imagine, and they look ginormous in person. Slugs, snails, anything slimy and wiggly have always freaked me out, so yeah, I just would not want to meet these in person. The next phenomenon I know I'm gonna have so much trouble saying. It is called Xunantunich. Did I say that right? I might have. Deep in the jungles of Belize. Xunantunich is an ancient Mayan ruin that has sat abandoned for the past millennium. An earthquake caused the original civilization to crumble, but the complex was rediscovered by explorers in the 1890s. And since then, it's been a very important archaeological site. Now, this ancient city is said to be haunted by a very terrifying spirit. It's a female ghost, and she's said to have long black hair, red glowing eyes, and she was first ever spotted by one of the earliest research teams back in 1893, and since then, people have sightings of her all the time. No one knows exactly who the so-called Stone Lady is, but many speculate that she may have been a human sacrifice who died on top of the El Castillo pyramid. And so now she forever haunts and walks the area, which is pretty horrifying. This next phenomenon, I might struggle with the name as well. It's called the Vee Vlogs Sculpture Garden. This park has almost 500 sculptures, all created by the late reclusive Finnish artist named Vee Vlogs. And these sculptures have been there for over 50 years. Now, he used to display these figures around the home where he used to live. They're in a variety of forms and poses. Some are doing yoga, some are doing other exercises, some have blank eyes and creepy grins. He even put real human teeth on some of these sculptures. And what I find the most eerie of all of this is that some of these sculptures have actual speakers inside of them, and they emit these creepy sounds. So while you're walking past them, they make noise. Imagine going there and not knowing that or expecting these sculptures to have sounds. That would just like scar me. All right, the next phenomenon is called the golden goddess hair. And this phenomenon is literally about volcanoes growing long golden hair, which is crazy. Golden filaments resembling human hair measuring up to 2 feet in length are draped across parts of Hawaii, which is an unusual effect of the ongoing eruption from Kilauea volcano. These strands may look like biological matter, but they're actually made of glass. Known as Pele's hair or goddess hair, the fibers are produced when gas bubbles within lava burst at its surface. Now, these strands of volcano hair are almost weightless, so the wind often picks them up and distributes them across the island. Now, what's so scary about this is that if these hairs snap or break and fall into the drinking water, it would be extremely harmful to humans and animals. Because if you ingest it or inhale it, you have to remember this is like tiny shards of glass going through your body. And I literally did not know that volcanoes could produce stuff like this, so it's pretty mind-blowing. And the last phenomenon is called Cahill's Crossing. This place is crocodile infested, and it's a popular feeding ground for all of them. Rangers at Kakudu National Park once counted 120 of these reptiles in the 3-mile stretch south of the seemingly shallow crossing point. So literally people and cars will cross over the water here, and crocodiles are there 24/7. Despite the risks, including people being decapitated and eaten by crocodiles, the crossing is popular with tourists. So people will actually go and cross this area because of the crocodiles. Are you kidding me? Honestly, guys, crocodiles are one of my worst fears. I would never. Anyway, so guys, that is the end of today's video about phenomenons. I love doing this series. So if you want me to continue, definitely give this video a thumbs up and let me know. And don't forget, if you would like the new V Team winter sweater, I've linked down below. But I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!